Hello, tradies. Welcome to Just Quickly. It's your segment. It's Mitch's segment, and we begin. Yes,
Just
Mitchell?
quickly.
Yeah, oh, wow.
It was remiss of me not to bring it up in the main show.
Remiss.
You're wearing the old Zabs beanie. Grand final this week.
Yeah, I came straight from training, hence the beanie.
Yeah, right.
And
how the boys looking?
I have Diva with me.
Diva comes along to
she
training.
Goes to training.
What does Diva think of boys up for the grand final week session?
She's disappointed that they've got no pace off the line.
Early speed.
Boys are early speed out of box five. Boys are looking good. Midday Sunday at Elstonwick Park.
Little captain's run, or is that it?
Captain's run Thursday night at Turek Park.
Okay. Any team changes or selection headaches?
No comment. Let's start with David.
Hey boys, just quickly. In regards to home finals, obviously Geelong don't get a home final because of the MCG and the AFL wants to maximise crowds. Why then do the Giants play their home games at Edgy Stadium when the SCG is just down the road? Thanks, boys.
It's a very good point. And I think Chris Scott was big on this last year, pointing out that the Suns, for example, like the Giants, will host finals in time. And the Gabba is just down the road and there's more people would fit in the Gabba.
But GWS don't play any home games at the SCG.
Geelong play one at the MCG.
So Geelong play home games at the MCG.
Yep.
There's your answer. Did I miss something?
So why do the Suns play? Why would the Suns play a home final at People First and not at the Gabba?
The Suns don't play home games at the Gabba. What am I missing here? What did Geelong people just decide to erase the last 15 years of history? Did you You said you play one home game at the MCG. That's because you've shoehorned your way into this ridiculous taxpayer deal in which they built you a stadium with more. I could go on for this for fucking days if you want me to. Why did Geelong people think that they have never played home games at the MCG? You play home games at the MCG. You still play home games at the MCG right now.
Yep.
It is one of your home grounds. Did I miss something? Did GWS start playing home games at the SCG? Because if they did, they should play home games there.
But isn't the AFL's point of view that it's to maximise crowds?
Yeah, of course it is. If it is your home ground, Mitchell.
To David's point.
If it's your home ground. The MCG is one of Geelong's home grounds.
So the year the Saints played the final against the Giants at the MCG, did they play any home games at the G that year?
I assume they would have.
I don't think they did.
I bet you they did.
Okay, let's have a look at that.
Okay.
Ross's first year.
You go have a look. We've talked about that before, though, didn't they? Because they got like 68,000 there.
Yeah.
While you're doing that research, good question, David. Thank you. Let's go to Frankie.
Hey, boys. Long time, first time. Just quickly, wanted to ask you both how you got into the footy media landscape. I'm someone that really wants to get into the industry, and I wanted to ask you what are the steps you took and how did you get into it? Was it something you always wanted to do? Love the pod. Cheers, boys.
Before we answer that, I stand corrected. Essendon played a home game the Saints played a home game against Essendon the year they played the Giants at the MCG in a final.
Doing a small Warren Treadrape bow. Frankie, I'll keep mine short and sharp. Happy to talk to you via email. I'll catch up for a coffee at one point if you want to get into it. I started at the very bottom. I literally was answering phones at reception and buying people coffees at outside broadcasts, and I just worked my way up while studying journalism.
Yeah, I started as a 16, 17-year-old writing for the Geelong Addy, local footy, basketball, cricket.
I love that. That's where it all begins.
And that's my advice to anyone hoping to get into the media is to start as local level as you can. Because anything you learn at that level is transferable.
It's easy to look for a trampoline to suddenly try to get ahead, but hone your craft.
And build a resume of work before starting to knock on the doors because you can't just,
barge in,
yeah.
Yeah, good advice. Thanks, Frankie. Alex, welcome.
Hey, Sam and Mitch. It's Alex here. Just quickly, I was just wanting to message in around the whole Rankin situation. It made me think back to a few years ago now where Cricket Australia launched a massive investigation around sledging that was happening on the field and handed out, I think, a bunch of sanctions around, racist sledges. Do you think the AFL needs to start having a look at the culture of sledging? Because I know Cricket Australia spent a fair bit of time looking at the culture of sledging, because I think players dance, along the line of what's okay and what's not okay constantly with their sledges. And obviously, crossing the line with homophobic and racist slurs is not okay. I just look at other instances, back to Sam Mitchell doing a needle sledge to the Essendon, players back when they went through that, and then I think it was one of the other AFL players was sledging another one who recently lost their mum or something like that. I just think the AFL needs to have a look at the whole sledging culture as a whole, and I guess provide education to the players around, this is going too far and you guys are getting way too close to the line, and this shouldn't be happening. Just wondering your thoughts. Cheers, boys.
Thanks, Alex. I don't know if Mitch wants to have his say now. I'm going to save mine for the air raid.
Yep. What I will say, very good point. I think there has become a blurred line. There is no reason why Isaac Rankin should be excused from what he did from the weekend. That is completely appalling and he should not have said what he said. But to the point we just heard from Alex, players' partners, their relatives and everything that goes with it, the lines have become a little bit blurred.
Yep. I'll talk about it in the air raid. And last but not least, a very good welcome to Brent.
Lads, I hope you're doing great. This is DJ Brent here, reporting from Berlin. Last year I voice messaged in from Amsterdam and Sam gave me some great chili scrambled recommendations, to which I tried all of them. So thank you very much, Sam. Now, just quickly, I'm listening to the most recent pod and I had a question. You said that St Kilda have front-ended a lot of their contracts and got a lot of money off the books for their bigger players like Jack Steele and Rowan Marshall. If Rowan Marshall then gets picked up by a new club, does that mean that they get to pay him peanuts because St Kilda have already paid most of his existing contract? Or would he go to the new club and expect that they rip up the existing contract and create a new one which pays him a bit more fairly for what he's worth each year? Keen to hear your thoughts, because otherwise I think some of the bigger clubs should start circling around veterans of players who play at teams where they front end a lot of these big contracts, because it means you get some bargains and some money ball. So yeah, cheers.
Love the question from Brent. Brilliant. The example that I liken this to is Dane Beams at Brisbane. So he went from Collingwood to Brisbane on a heavy contract, was front-ended. Then he wanted to go back to Collingwood, and the Lions were thinking, hey, we've already paid you a large chunk of your contract in the first 3 or 4 years while you've been here. Why would we let you go when your money's coming off and this is the time we want to cash in? So that's why Collingwood had to stump up at the time. Remember, they overpaid for him when he came back, because a large part of that was Brisbane saying, well, you're getting a great asset on cheaper chips.
Yeah. So if you're paying a $750,000 player $1 million for a couple of years, and then suddenly he wants to leave when he's got 2 years at $400, he's still playing like a $800,000 player.
And that would be a key part why the Saints will dig their heels in on Rowan Marshall. It's a very good pickup.
We have such an astute audience. That is such a good point from Brent.
Because the Saints cap, they've had no one really of note to pay in the last 3 or 4 years. So Marshall's money, they wanted off the books as much as they could before they had to pay your Naz, your Philippos, these guys coming into their prime.
Yep. Hey, let's make sure as we build into trade period, get all your Just Quicklies coming in. I'm going to speak to Tim and Carla at the brewery. We might try to organise a couple of vouchers or maybe a dinner for the best Just Quickly between now and the start of the trade period.
Diva's ears just pricked up. I reckon Diva would love the palmy down there.
She does love the brewery. Has been once. Thanks for joining us on Just Quickly. We'll see you next week.